For the first year after my husband died, I don't think I was fully capable of processing the grief. Honestly, I think I've been mostly in survival mode this year. And the dream that I'm going to share with you today is probably one of the first signs that my mind and my body is finally ready to emotionally process what happened. Now, you might think that when I'm telling you that I have a dream that might be finally showing me that I am ready to process the next level of grief, you would think I'm talking about a dream I just had or a dream I had recently. But in fact, this dream is from 2020. What makes it one of the first signs that I'm headed to the next level of healing is not when I had it, but what it said. This is one of those dreams that I put aside because I just did not understand what it meant. It is also one of those dreams that helped drive me back to Walmart when I eventually went back there, but not because of specific details, but just an overarching understanding that this was one of my Walmart dreams, that I was back at Walmart. But the truest meaning, and this is often what I share with you guys, the truest meaning is sometimes saved for later, now in 2026. I'm going to walk you through this dream. This is May 27th of 2020. So literally 6 years ago on the day of this recording. I'm going to read it now. A whole group of associates walking to the Walmart back room. One called to me. I turned around and was pleased to see it was a Walmart guy I knew in the past and a woman. I greeted him warmly, marveling to him that that I'd been having Walmart dreams and had even had one with him in it. Everyone started to get to work, but I didn't know what to do. There was joy, and I asked if I still needed to unlock the trash compactor or if it was left open now. Then I noticed it was still locked, so I unlocked it. People were on the other side of the compactor throwing trash into where I was, and it took a moment to realize that it was right. One man started to close the compactor door on an associate as he was throwing the trash in towards us as a playful joke, and everyone smiled. Then I was supposed to make a cookie order. It was my job, but I wasn't sure how. Two women seemed to know what they were doing and walked with me to the back office. One woman explained it was an automatic order system, and the other sat down at a typewriter type machine and started typing. Information started printing up automatically, and that information gave the process for each type of cookie. And the cost was too much. So the woman at the keyboard started typing in negative amounts for each type of cookie. This all resulted in the right amount of cookies being automatically ordered for the right price. This sounded like a good dream, but I didn't understand what it meant. Before I dig in, I'm going to break this down for you and show you how it is beautifully reflecting this next season to come. First, I want to talk to those that are new here. My name is Nicole, and I am a firm believer that your dreams at night are decoding your future. As I'm going to share with you today, this dream I had 6 years ago is literally breaking down the next season of healing from grief for me. And I know you're having dreams like that too. So if this conversation resonates with you, please hit the like button and subscribe. That way you know when more videos like this come out, and you let the algorithm know that people like you like content like this. Now, I want to concentrate on the trash compactor first. Anyone that has worked in a larger retail environment, you've probably dealt with a trash compactor, and so you have in your mind's eye what that looks like. I have to unlock it, and I'm going to leave it unlocked this time. And that just shows that what this message is giving me is going to be unlocked in this new season, and it's never going to be locked up again, which is a really positive sign. This is where I always want you to look at your dreams and see what doesn't match reality. What is happening, if anything, in a dream that isn't logical? And at this point, the trash compactor, the part that isn't logical is not only am I opening it up to be able to throw trash out, but I'm opening it up and trash is being thrown back in. And it takes me a minute to think, and I think, oh yes, this is the right way to do it. Why would it be the right? You would never want to throw trash back into a building. So I really had to ruminate on this. And here's what I came up with. It is letting back in some of the emotional trauma, maybe isn't a great word, but it's the only one I can think of right now. Let in some of the emotional trauma from the loss of my husband that I was with for 27 years and therefore begin to process it now. How did I come up with that? I came up with that because it's what currently this week, my final week of this full first year without Aaron. I am beginning in the last number of days to ruminate on and even allow myself to ruminate on some of the more tender parts of my loss. So Aaron was my best friend. I was with him in one capacity or another since I was 14 and I'm 41. So there was a lot of the tenderness of what I lost, of what I no longer have, you know, my best friend, not just my lover, but my best friend, not just the caretaker of my children, but the man that I attacked life with. Like, we built our future together for all of those years. In this past year, I felt this block. You could look at it in the metaphor of a locked compactor on that part. I could not allow those emotions to come in, and I really didn't understand why. I just knew that if my mind began to wander to what I no longer had with Aaron, with my best friend, right, that it was not something my mind could process. And it's just something I intuitively knew. Now that I'm ending this first year, it's extraordinary because it's like I now have that emotional capacity to do it. It doesn't make it easier. The tears are actually coming faster, which is probably good, but I can handle it now. And so I believe that's the unlocking of the trash compactor and the allowing some trash to come back in. It's not that my life with Aaron was trash or unworthy. It's the stuff that I wasn't able to compartmentalize and really deal with that's now coming back at me. It's good. It's a good thing. And what I love about this portion of the dream is both the man that I recognize in there and I tie in dreams within the dream. It's showing me that my dreams are familiar, that this man represents that this is something known to me, familiar, known, and there's a lot of joy. Look at all the joy I just told you about in this portion of the dream. This gives me peace that literally what I'm walking out right now, I can go ahead and receive it. I can go ahead and let those memories come and not push them away, not shut them down, and not lock them up anymore. They come in and I am ready. I have the emotional capacity to receive and compact that level of healing in order to process it appropriately. The dream isn't showing me to throw away my past. It's showing me processing what I could no longer carry in its raw form. Because that's what a compactor does. It compresses, it organizes, it processes and makes movement possible. That's the metaphor. It doesn't erase it. Compactors don't erase things. It makes things manageable. That's really the golden nugget in the trash compactor. It takes a large amount of something and it compacts it into something manageable. And that's what's being represented in this beautiful dream that I had 6 years ago. So for the first year, the dream is recognizing that I had to stabilize. I had to maybe reduce the stimuli of the grief in order to survive. Sometimes a nervous system, and this is what happened to me, a nervous system has to survive first and grieve later. We've talked about this before, that grief is not linear. It comes in sometimes inconvenient or weird ways. Sometimes that emotional processing has to be put aside for a time and then re-enter when your mind, your body, and your soul is ready for it. Now, the fact that it was in a back room, and I actually have a lot of backroom dreams, that this one is actually triggering me to go back to now. Basically, what that's showing is it's in the background, very simply. It's not on the front side. It's not on the people side. It's not even always on the conscious side, but on the back side, in the background, in the back room, where actually the it's really where a store is run. A good back room is a good store. A bad back room is a bad store. That's what it's showing. It's in the back room, in the background of my life, of my mind, of my emotions, of my processing. Now, here's the fascinating part, is the second part of this dream, the cookie part. This is actually probably the most hopeful part. If the trash compactor is giving me security and peace about this next processing of grief, maybe the more tender compacting of my grief, the cookie part is showing the sweetness of what's to come. And what I love about this part of the dream is that it is my job. That shows some autonomy. That shows some action that I need to take. But we're not saying white knuckle it. If you tell, I say out loud, I consciously understand, I know it's my job to start producing that sweetness going forward in my life and in the life of my kids, but I don't really know how to do that. And these two women come up and they help me integrate and balance. They help me integrate and balance. There's an automatic process for this sweetness to enter into my life, but at first it is costing too much. And now there's going to be a process that I'm shown as I walk this out that helps me balance the scales. Does that make sense? I'm going to start putting in, or being shown how to put in, a negative total, or reducing something or some things, in order to bring balance to having the right amount of sweetness at the right amount of cost. Not free and not overly expensive, but that balanced approach to having sweetness in my next season. Now, what makes this dream so different from a lot of the dreams that I was processing, both in real time and from the past over the last years, is those tended to show a lot of overdraft, a lot of emotional capacity that was headed into or currently stabilized in the red. Now, these next dreams, as I look forward to my next season, are very emotionally different. I think that this dream is showing me that my mind and my body are now capable of carrying this next level of grief without being destroyed by it. If you made it all the way through to the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I love talking about dreams, and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, hit the subscribe button, because this channel is only here because of you. And if you want to dive deeper into your own dreams, I have a free community for that. See the link below.